All right, so we just got home. It was the last night over here for us in Miami. This man is staying another week. Just wanted to sit down, talk to you. How are you feeling, brother? This has been a dream. This is a dream for anyone.
Yeah,
Finally, you got it. How you feeling?
man, it's still crazy because like I was still getting used to the whole transmission with the car. Obviously, it being a single clutch, right? Like, it's way different than any other car I've owned in the past. I'm not somebody who's driven manual cars in the past like that. So, this was something new, but like now it's day 3 of having this car and now I'm fully comfortable with the shifts and just everything, the visibility and everything. Like, it's so crazy today. Like, we were with an Aventador S Roadster. Like, it's crazy. Like, I saw that car and I was like, damn, because I remember last year I was actually gonna go get that car, the Aventador S Roadster.
And the black one.
Yeah, the black one. But then I stopped myself and I was just like, maybe I should go get an SV. And then I looked into an SV and I was like, damn, this car's kind of old though. So then I was just like, I might as well just save up for an SVJ and just work harder.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy, bro. Because when you first started off, first the Lexus and then
Yeah,
570, we were like, damn, you made it.
yeah.
And then we got the Huracan, like, damn, you made it.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I got the Huracan, it was more so like it was the entry model Lambo at the time, right? So I mean, the Huracan Evo, especially if you're in Miami, like you guys know that. So I remember even getting the Evo, like it was pretty exciting. It was a Lambo, but it was not the Lambo like that I ultimately wanted, like the ones with the doors that go up. The top comes off, like the V12. Obviously, the SVJ was something that I always dreamed of getting. Car market and everything, just played in the favor and ended up getting a great deal on the car. It's crazy. Like we saw a 570, right? And like we actually didn't even notice that car. And it's so
Not even a 570. We missed out on a SF90, 296.
dude. All the
cars,
cars,
like 480.
it's so crazy. I'm literally driving this down, like it's a two lane road. We're driving it down and there's the 296 on the side in the parallel parking, and then on the other side there's a Huracan Technica, and then there's an SF90 that's going down the street, and we're really not even paying attention to any of the cars. But what's crazy was these were my options were either getting a McLaren 765, an SF90, or obviously an SVJ. So I actually wanted to go for the ultimate step in the brands, because I already did like the entry level and the moderate level cars. So that's why I was shooting for, like, if I was getting a McLaren, I was gonna get a 765. If I was getting a Ferrari SF90, obviously that's like the highest model they have. And then if it was a Lambo, it's either the SVJ or the Revelto. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys why I picked the SVJ over the Revelto. The Revelto, it's hybrid, and obviously value-wise, some of you guys might know that hybrid cars are not holding value like that. I've seen the depreciation on the SF90, so obviously these cars are something that you can park your money in, and you can have them as investments. That's what a lot of people don't know. There's a whole stigma around people who get luxury items, luxury supercars, even luxury watches. For example, I have a Richard Mille on. With that being said, if you get something that's a limited spec, like something that's a very high MSRP, good spec car, this for example is obviously an SVJ Roadster, not the regular coupe.
The top comes off.
Yeah, the top comes off. Literally, you can see that we have the top on right now as we're trying to talk to you guys. It is one of 800 in the world. But what makes this car even more special is this is in a specific Viola Pacific paint with full black and purple interior, and highly optioned car with every single carbon fiber package on it, like gloss carbon fiber, not even matte carbon fiber, obviously. And it's tuned. It's got a Capristo F1 exhaust. Like, the car is a full, really good build. Now, compared to a Revelto, like I also seen the Revelto market, it's been tanking. When the Revelto hit the market, I think early last year, I think. So you own a dealership, so you know like how Reveltos, like they at one point were sitting at $1 million.
Yeah.
And now
with not many production.
Yeah.
And
you remember the time when our salesman at Lamborghini Atlanta, he was calling us, like, he had Reveltos just sitting in the showroom.
Yeah, he was like, y'all better come test drive it, man.
People who had put orders on that car were canceling on it. You know what's crazy? Like, we have a friend of ours, he has a blue SVJ in Atlanta, and he bought a Revelto, and 2 weeks later he ends up returning the Revelto because he just said it's just not it. It's not that raw feeling of a supercar. That's why I picked the SVJ over the Revelto. Now, no doubt, Revelto is a nice car. I know it's the future. It's got updated technology, whatever. But as far as value-wise, I feel like the SVJ, my money is safe on it. At the end of the day, it's all about making great investments and, using your money and parking it in the right places. you know, as I said in previous videos, I say all the time on my Instagram that I like parking my money into luxury assets as well. As far as like, you know, I do real estate. It's gonna be always that guy that's gonna be like, you paid 750, 800,000 on a car, or you could have bought a real estate property. A lot of you guys don't understand that being somebody on social media and, you know, somebody who wants to conduct business, a supercar of this caliber basically helps you network and, you know, attain more credibility. At the end of the day, these cars, I think of it as an investment into my brand and into my business to generate more income. So, you know, don't listen to that guy that they'll tell you that go get real estate, whatever. At the end of the day, I'm a trader too, so I like to enjoy my profits. At the end of the day, it's all about rewarding yourself, because, you know, if you're just working, you know, there's no reward, you're gonna burn yourself out. So, you know, that's one thing that I always like to do is, you know, especially every year, I like to show progression, right? Like 2021, 2020, it was late 2020, November 2020, ended up popping out with a McLaren 570. During COVID, I made great amounts of money trading US 30.
That's when we thought that, like, yeah, I thought it was like, damn, that's,
yeah, I was 28. I was actually 20 years old when I bought my first supercar. So at the end of the day, no, it's been crazy. Like, I've been doing this 4 or 5 years, this whole supercar game. And yeah, I popped out in November 2020 with a 570. I had it till May 2022. Some of you guys might know, some of you guys might not know, but the car did actually get into a wreck at a car event that we went to. We were leaving the car event, and in a Aventador SV Roadster, he kind of swerved into me when we were going past a traffic light, and that car ended up getting total loss. That was a very interesting moment in my career as well, like when that happened, because obviously this was my first supercar, and, you know, this had happened to me. The whole car got totaled. Just took a step back and basically just grinded it out even harder. I was just like, all right, minor setback, major comeback. You guys know insurance takes forever, so it took months to pay out. But in those months, arranged proper systems, continued to build my trading account, continued to build my brand, and do what I needed to do. I bought a Huracan Evo December of 2022, going into January 2023. It was like a New Year's gift. So 6 months later, popped out with the Huracan Evo. At that time, I got a really good deal on that car. It was yellow with black and yellow. You guys have seen it on my Instagram. I then wrapped it into gold as well further down. I bought the Urus January of 2024. It's been a year and some change since I had the Urus. I still have the Urus too. That's like my ultimate daily car. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, like, I look at the Urus, like, I don't know what other car I would get to replace that car. Like, that particular car is like, for what it does, it's perfect.
it's the squad truck.
Yeah, like,
You gotta also
it's
include,
literally a squad truck.
yeah, and, going back on what you were saying, in between the Huracan and this car now, we looked at 720. That was the first car we started off
Dude,
with.
we've been car hunting for a while. Like,
It started with 720. We went and test drove Aventador SM motor cars, and he didn't like that Aventador, because I mean, it was modded, but it had some issues, so we didn't have with that deal. We were gonna come down to Miami to buy a green SV, but that didn't end up going through as well.
Yeah, we were gonna end up buying the green SV, but last minute I backed out because the car was out of warranty,
And that parking sensor, there was
no parking sensors.
they're outdated.
You know, just nothing in the car, like,
Yeah.
not even basic necessities like CarPlay, like, you know, super old technology in the car. So also didn't want to deal with it. There was no warranty on that car, and yeah, I don't think any SVs right now even have warranty, because they're 2016 cars now. So I don't think Lamborghini even extends warranties on those cars.
And then we went from those 3 cars to the SF90s.
Yeah, so then I took a step back, and I was just like, all right, if I'm gonna stay in that range, then, you know, the SF90 and 765.
And this whole time, this entire time we're looking at these cars, I'm like, come on, bro, just get the SVJ. I'm not. Yeah, I think I was the biggest influence in this.
I'll be real with you. He was telling me to go get the SVJ for months, and I was just looking at it. I was watching the market, and I was just like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I should make that step. Like, you know, SVJs, like, that's crazy. Like, you know, that's like the final boss of the supercar.
And when I was saying, back when I was talking about getting the SVJ, you know, to put it into perspective, it was like the way I was giving it to him, I was talking in future sense, like maybe a few years down the line, like, yeah, I get this car eventually. But now this man just popped out within a few months of us talking about that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy now. It's literally, we're sitting inside of it, outside the crib in Miami right now.
Yeah,
like,
we're just vibing. Like,
this don't even feel real. Sometimes we're just driving through the streets. We're like, oh, it's been 3 days. We're getting used to it. It was just crazy to say. We're getting used to the razor.
Or guys, it's literally 4 a.m. where we're filming this.
Yeah,
we're just chilling in the SVJ in the driveway. Like, you know, that's the thing. Another thing that we were looking at a lot was when the Revolta hit the market, I saw mixed opinions that the Aventador is gonna lose value. So I was kind of watching that. That's why for like the past 3 to 6 months, we actually watched that. Like that the Revelto.
Oh, it wasn't gonna go down.
The Revelto, what is that? Like from $1 million to like 600 is like a 40% drop in price.
Aman kept thinking that the Revelto was gonna drop this because I told us, I was like, trust me, it's not gonna do it.
Yeah. The Revolta was so hyped. Like everybody was like, dude, this is the future. Like, yo, the Aventador is old. Like, you know, this is the new thing. Like, you know, nobody's gonna look at an Aventador anymore. It's a Revelto. You know, it's crazy. When we were driving with the Revelto, this car had more presence than that. For some reason, like, you know, there's people on the street, they're looking at the SVJ Roadster more than the Revelto. And it's just the way like this whole car is. Like, even the exhaust, like, I know the Gintani exhaust on the Revelto is good, but the Gintani on the SVJ is still better. And I've heard that from multiple people. And it's just because of the way the whole transmission is and how it shifts. Because, you know, the Revolto is a hybrid motor. It does have 1,000 horsepower. Don't get me wrong, super fast car. But just the way, like, the shifting and everything is that in this car, it's just that raw feeling. Like, you feel it like, okay, this is a race car. This is a legitimate race car. Like, you know, when you look at this car, like, this whole door is literally carbon fiber.
Yeah,
This is literally on both sides. Like, there's no door handles. Everything is just carbon fiber everywhere. Like, even this roof, like, I'm literally looking at it right now, matte carbon. Like, this is insane. The seats, even the seats are carbon too. I'm so glad I got comfort seats though, man. I did the whole bucket seats in the Huracan Evo, man.
My back's crying for pain in that car, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dude, I still remember going on like 30-40 minute drives in that car. Like, I remember going to like some car meets like up north and stuff, and then by the time like, you know, we're there, we're like, yo, we need to get out of here. Like, this is getting uncomfortable. It's always right here. Yeah, it's always on the lower back too, like, you know. But this car, like, you know, today I drove this car, I don't know how many hours we've been driving. Like, it's literally 4 a.m. right now. I think
we've driven over 24 hours within the past 3 days.
Yeah, for sure. I drove 250 miles in the past 3 days. Like, I filled up 3 tanks of gas. Like, it's been insane. That 6.5 liter V12 is no joke. So yeah, crazy, man. But yeah, like, I'm just here, like, just want to give y'all a little motivation talk that, you know, you put your mind to anything, you obviously, you can go and get it. Like, that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's all about leveraging your time wisely. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, want to sit here and not really take initiative. You know, right now I posted my SVJ on my Instagram, and, you know, I see a lot of people in my DMs, you know, the same people that are always in my DMs, you know, they're asking for help, you know, whatever. And, you know, when you tell them that, yo, I can help you, and then they just don't want to make the step. So it's just like, you can't be afraid of failure. At the end of the day, like, that's what's literally gonna ruin your journey. So just keep pushing. I'm 25 years old, ended up getting an SVJ Roadster. Like, it's still crazy. Like, you know, I bought this car a few weeks ago, so it's like I was 24 when I bought it. So this is like a late birthday present. Like, I waited, you know, because we were getting some like registration paperwork done. So it took when we were fat. I mean, yeah, there was Ramadan too, and I wanted to throw an event, so yeah, it was crazy. Event was insane too. A lot of people popped out, really good turnout, and you know, it's just motivation at the end of the day. Like, we're not really, like, I'm not somebody who does it to really like flex on you guys that, yo, like, I'm the big dog, like, yo, I have this car. I'm just here to tell you guys that, you know, I'm just a normal person. Like, you know, I was 18 years old, I started trading, and, you know, focused on building businesses, and here I'm where I am. And, you know, I had the same 24 hours that a lot of you guys have, and, you know, I hope the same to you. But I appreciate you guys watching this vlog, and I see you guys later. Peace out.